Although it is true that Super Dimension and Solaris were planning to completely wipe out the verse that they were in, there's a key difference for the heroes that took them down and their feat in taking them down. Paper Mario took out Super Dimension himself and just had help weakening the shield, and Paper Mario's help was in base form as opposed to Supersonic's help also being in their super forms. The 06 trio couldn't breach Solaris' armor and had at least blow out his flame when they weakened him to a point where he was vulnerable. And each member of the Paper Mario crew could beat Super Dimension on their own in their base forms. The Pure Hearts only removed Dimension's invulnerability. Also, your statement that the Mario from 64 isn't the same one in Galaxy is entirely, completely, and utterly wrong when the creator of Mario, Miyamoto, said this, or agreed to this question.
So there are multiple links, but is it always the same Mario?
一緒です。
ミッキーと一緒。
Sonic's strength comes from striking force, but Mario has used physical and lifting strength instead of speed to force, so he would get strength overall.
Get some help.
And Sonic's durability and endurance outside of withstanding the impact of how hard he hits isn't as great as Mario's. And by your logic, Mario's body withstands the force he would need to use to ground pound meteorites back at Grand Star Bowser in Mario Galaxy 2. Sonic doesn't regularly use speed to force on shorter or non-boss enemies. Mario can survive lava in almost every 3D game he's in, and lava is just a bottomless pit substitute in 2D Mario games. He survives lava dragons that are actually trying to harm him in those games anyway. And Sonic doesn't survive anything with rings. That's a gameplay mechanic, you goofy. Sonic doesn't have rings fly out of him when he gets hit in canon cutscenes, and Sonic has been canonically killed before while Mario hasn't. Mario still gets abilities over Sonic. Mario doesn't need to stack power-ups when he can just cycle between them. And when are you gonna wake up and realize Mario could just give himself an OP power-up combo? Something like the Giga Cat Bell or the Red Star or the Golden Flower, and then he could make himself invincible with the Superstar or the Rainbow Star, and then clone himself with the Double Cherry so he can outnumber Sonic and not lose any of his power-ups. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, well, the time limit would just run out. But Mario has a remedy for that in the form of his Mario & Luigi RPG item, the Bottomless Gloves, which would let him endlessly reapply his power-up without physically taking it out. Sonic has never, ever made a black hole before. Not even in his hyper form, no less his super form. And the black hole he almost outran in colors, which like I said, he almost outran, he didn't fully outrun it, was a fake Hyper Go-On energy black hole. Meanwhile, Mario can outswim black holes in Mario Party 6, and he can fully outswim and escape them. And before you mention how we couldn't escape a black hole in Galaxy, that's because he fell into it instead of having time to prepare and swim away from it. So I'd argue he could survive and go away from a black hole. And in the comments, what do you mean Rosalina saved Mario from the explosion in Galaxy? She never saved him. The Lumas were the ones who blew up the black hole, and Rosalina told Mario about the Lumas after he had survived the supernova explosion, and Rosalina reset the universe after she finished talking to Mario, who was still alive. Nothing else was standing except Mario, and possibly Bowser. Sonic wouldn't have needed the help of Sage to fight the End, Light Gaia to fight Dark Gaia, Super Shadow and Silver to fight Solaris, and Super Classic Sonic to fight Time Eater, if Chaos Emeralds really had limitless or unlimited power. It's also possible for Chaos Emeralds to be removed from a Super Hedgehog, and the Chaos Emeralds are capable of having their power drained and needing to be restored. And both of those processes would have taken forever if they really had unlimited or limitless power. On top of both of those, Sonic has always had help using Chaos Emeralds outside of going Super form. Silver helped Sonic time travel with Chaos Emeralds, and Shadow helped Sonic stop time with Chaos Emeralds. Sonic couldn't have used the Chaos Emeralds these ways without outside help. And before you say, Sonic can use Chaos Emeralds without help in Sonic Superstars, nope. Classic Sonic can, but not modern Sonic, who's the Sonic we're referring to in this debate.
Get some help.
And even then, Classic Sonic's use of the Chaos Emeralds in that game aren't the same uses that are in the modern 3D games. And on top of all of that, Mario has his own counter to the Chaos Emeralds, Wonder Flowers. Although we don't know about their capabilities yet, they can manipulate reality too. And before anyone brings up Sonic time traveled in Sonic CD, he used the signs to do that, and that was still Classic Sonic. Mario does move at the speed of sound, but he can react to the speed of light. Mario has reacted to things while traveling on the Mach 375 Star Driver in Mario & Luigi, and he can react to being launched out of stars that send him flying many times above of light across the galaxy. He also regularly evades lightning in the RPGs and in the mainline games. Mario doesn't need to catch up to Sonic on foot when he can react to the speeds you said that Sonic moves at. And lastly, Hypersonic isn't canon. It's been repeatedly stated that Supersonic is Sonic's strongest form, and Hypersonic has only ever been used in one game by Classic Sonic. And on top of that, Sonic doesn't have regular access to the Master Emerald or the Super Emerald, so this form is out of his arsenal. And even if we gave Sonic his Hyper form, we have to be fair and give Mario his White Tanuki or Super Leaf that don't die to anything outside of lava, but I already told you how that doesn't count for Mario's durability.
Stop it.
So Mario would be
help.
permanently invincible in this state. And Hypersonic's new ability, the Hyper Flash or whatever, only kills weaker enemies, but Mario isn't weak. Sonic's super forms can still be harmed. And to be honest, is it really a surprise that Tyra Chords LOL said that Sonic would win no difficulty when he owns a Sonic Discord server and called Mario a simp? And if you're still not convinced he's biased against Mario and biased towards Sonic, he said these things in other videos.
Mario is getting smoked either way. He's not even planetary level. So it's literally going to be Sonic versus Goku and Vegeta. This fight definitely won't be easy for Kirby, as Sonic has defeated stronger gods in his universe.
But don't get me wrong, Sonic the Hedgehog is still super strong. There are a lot of verses he can solo, like Naruto, One Piece, or My Hero Academia. But Mario could do the same. Overall, I just think Mario would win in a fight high to extreme diff. And Ty's video is pretty freaking biased, and I'm tired of people using it like it's solid proof that can't be debunked and has no bias and perfect research. I do think both Mario and Sonic are goated. They also still like Tyra Chords LOL's other videos and find them pretty funny, but Mario would win in a fight more times than not.